Hello, everybody. My name's Danny, and today I'm going to be reviewing Clive Cussler. Clive Cussler is a fabulous author who unfortunately died in February of this year at 88 years of age, after what appears to have been an amazing life. He was born in 1931, and his books have sold over 100 million copies, and yet many of you won't have heard of him. His style is very much he loves the sea, and he loves a hero, and most of his books centre around a fabulous character called Dirk Pitt, who is somewhat of a underwater James Bond, if you like. But he's created many books, not just in the NUMA series, which is Dirk Pitt, but in various other series as well. Okay, Dirk Pitt, the hero of his main book series, the NUMA series, was named after his son, and his son now is actually one of his co-authors. So I'm kind of hoping that his son is going to continue with the family tradition and continue to produce many more books, because they're very enjoyable. His books are not in a serious mode. They don't have the depth, for example, of somebody like Wilbur Smith or of Michael Crichton, but they are highly enjoyable and highly readable, simple to read, well researched, just great page turning books. The kind of books that you want on a beach holiday. They're not an intellectual book. It's not something that's going to test your mind. They're simple, good, honest reading. Okay. His main series is about something called NUMA, the National Underwater and Marine Agency, which was a government agency that he created in his books, and was fabulous, solving mysteries all around the world, diving on wrecks, finding treasure, with his hero, of course, Dirk Pitt. And after the success of his third book, which was titled Raising the Titanic, he actually created his own underwater organisation, which he called NUMA, not associated with the government at all, like the books, but his own agency, and he led expeditions, over 60 expeditions, and actually recovered a lot of wrecks, a Confederate ship, and he actually was part of the mission that first managed to actually get to the Titanic, as well. So quite impressive. He started his life as a mechanic and a flight engineer, and a scuba diver, and he just lived his life in that mould. His books are of the same things. They're all mechanical, about creating boats and underwater diving ships and submarines, and lots of technology and gadgets, very James Bond like, with Dirk Pitt, of course, as the hero, and then he does go on. He actually goes on and creates other book series. For example, the Fargo series, which is about a pair of treasure hunters, and was very, very, very good. I thoroughly enjoy them. Okay, the Isaac Bell Adventures, which is set over 100 years ago in America, about a lawman, and very, very interesting, very good books, very good series. And what he does is with each of these different series, is he has a co-author. So you can see the style in his books. It's the same style in all of his books, and so he creates the shell with the author, and then obviously they create the book in small bite-sized chunks. So he's fantastic, and you should definitely have a look at some of his books, because they are genuinely interesting. Very, very interesting man. Ended up obviously being worth over $100 million, but he had a classic car collection of 100 cars, and he lived this Dirk Pitt life, He really did. He used the books as his income to enable him to live a life that we'd only dream of. Diving for sunken treasure, looking for wrecks, driving superb classic cars, and it just seems to me like he had an amazing life. And I really hope that now his children, he has several children, but especially Dirk Pitt, because he's now a co-author on some of the latest books, and I really hope that he now partners with some of the authors and continues these series. I would hate to see it stop. So that's my review of Clive Cussler.